Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Welcome to today's live vlog. You've got me today. Martin has gone away for the weekend and he's enjoying himself for the weekend at some wedding or something like that. So yeah, I hope it's a very nice weekend, even though it's pretty freezing. Who gets married on the 1st of November or the 2nd of November in the middle of winter? Wow. Yeah, very cold. I've had a busy day and went down to Liverpool to pick up my lad from uni. Will's back for a week on half term, so it's great to have him back home for a week because I've not seen him for 2 months. So yeah, and then I've been in meetings all afternoon. So sorry it's a little bit late, but by the time I got home, and then I had to have a read through everything, all the latest news and things like that that's gone on today, and Pep'S press conference. And as you can see today, we're going to talk about Pep'S presser. We're going to talk about some of the points that came out of that, and again, probably Pep Guardiola's body language wasn't good at all today. He was very off, which he can be, but today he was. It's like he just, and this is nothing to do with the fact that I'm thinking he's going to leave. I think he's just had enough with the English press, if I'm being honest with you, asking inane questions all the time. We'll have a look at David Silva. He's been nominated for Player of the Month, and he's also, I think, nominated for Goal of the Month as well. We'll look at Phillipe Sandler. Looks like he might need some surgery. Over at Anderlecht. We'll talk through Pep's press conference where he talks about Angelino and the fact that it's potential it was just cramp. Eric Garcia, question he was asked about the young kids. We'll talk about Yangel, Herrera, who's really pulling up trees in La Liga for Granada. So we'll talk about him. And I'll also give you my lineup for tomorrow, who I think potentially Pep will play. And then if you've got any other questions, as usual, feel free to ask them. So let's get on and see. We've got a load of people on already, so let's see who's on. Alexander Savage is on. Good evening, Blues. How are you, mate? Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a cold. Scott Williams, evening, Blues. Hope everyone's good. Yeah, how are you, Scott? Hope you're having a good day. Start of the weekend is coming. Daniel Neerman's on. Why so many people talking about Liverpool's front three is the best? Are they stupid? Our front three scored more goals and they didn't play every game. Totally agree with you, mate. Absolutely spot on. Ivor's on. Second bottle of Red is open. Already, mate. You're well on your way. Give me your vinyl lineup for tonight, then, mate. I gave you mine on Twitter. So give me your vinyl lineup for tonight. Ivor, happy days, fella. Martin's on. Afternoon, Martin. Where are you, mate? I thought you were driving up to the Lake District. Ivor, that's because Liverpool's front three are brilliant. Can't deny on their day they can rip anyone to bits. Oh, there's no doubt in that. They're superb. But when you look at goals scored and things, I mean, yeah, they've been very close to us. Section says, evening, Andy, and all you Sky Blues. How are you, buddy? I bet you're looking forward to the quiz, which is coming. I'll give you a little bit of an update. I'm not sure which night it's going to be on. Hi, Mark, the Blues on. Hi, Andy and Blues. How are you, Mark? Hope you're well, mate. All finished for the week and looking forward to a nice weekend. Martin says, get over to the Blue Moon Cafe tomorrow. Say hello to Andy and have fan cams. Absolutely, come over. Danny 2ME's on. Evening, Andy. How are you, Danny? Mingy Wong's on. Happy Friday, everyone. Edward Denham's on. Hi, guys. Martin says, I can't beat that either. I've got a nice bottle of brandy with me, and I'm here. Andy arrived half an hour. Enjoy your weekend, buddy. I've even got Wi-Fi. Fantastic. God, really in the 21st century you are, mate. Well done. Enjoy your weekend, buddy. Hope the wedding goes well. Not your wedding, but the wedding you're going to. Ivor, still on Led Zepp, mate. Playing all their stuff today, including live pressings and boot copy stuff. Fantastic. And I'm guessing that's going to take you right through the night on Led Zeppelin. Daniel Neyman, no doubt that we are the most dangerous team in the world. Last season we scored the most, and this season again. Certainly with overall Martin, good man, enjoy, says Ivor. It is the lakes, pal. Wasn't expecting Wi-Fi, you Saki sod. Surely they've got Wi-Fi in the lakes. What, you weren't expecting the lakes to have Wi-Fi? I don't know. Martin, you're a heathen. You at the game tomorrow? I am. I'll be there, Mingy Wong, definitely. Always at the game, mate, wherever possible, unless work takes me away or I can't get a ticket. You're going in the lake. It's Cumbria. I'm surprised they've got lake. Ivor says, been playing since 1 p.m, mate. Got enough of their stuff to last 2 days. Wow, fantastic, buddy. We'll enjoy that second bottle of red. Don't scratch your records, your vinyls, mate. Whatever you do, don't knock that needle. Is the fun warden around? Is she giving you grief for playing it? You're not playing it too loud, are you? Alex says, when are you going to travel to East Europe again, Andy? Soon, mate, soon. I'm just waiting for confirmation over something. I'll be out in Bratislava in the next month or so, so I'll be back out in my usual Slovakia. So I'll let you know when I'm coming out that sort of way, mate, and if I ever got over to where you are, I'll come over and say hello, I promise. Scott Williams, don't say that, Ryan, section. Martin says, they have splashed out here. They have toilet roll. Wow. No using the hands here, unlike your house. Wow, that must be new to you. Do you know how to use it? Daniel Neyman says, everyone's saying that we have a lot of defensive problems at the moment, and I agree. But how can they say Liverpool is brilliant at defence? I mean, they're just 2 clean sheets and we have 5. Yeah, were they not talking up their goalkeeper? Hold on, he did concede 5 goals. Good afternoon, Brad Niblock, or God afternoon. How are you, mate? Andy, are you waiting for a visa? Am I waiting for a visa? A visa for what, mate? Alexander, no worries, mate. Have you ever been to Belgrade? No, I haven't been to Belgrade, mate. I would like to go, though. Martin, okay, Helen Mirren lover. Guys, you keep your grands locked up and don't introduce them to Andy. Martin's been very, very naughty at the moment. It was a bit of a WhatsApp thing the other night. So Martin's just been very cheeky. Mark the Blue, do you speak different languages when you're on your travels? No, not mate. Just English or foul, one or the other. Because aviation, everyone has to speak English, which is good for me. Section, the media will blow smoke up people's asses on how good Liverpool are. Of course they do. We know that anyway. We know that's definitely the case. So, right, starting off, where shall we start? Do you think Pep will sign a central defender in January? This January, going to be difficult, I'll be honest with you. It's never a good window normally, January. Possibly, I don't know though. I'm in one of those moods today. I told you I'm on the brandy. Will be good now, promised good. Otherwise, you'll be training with the kids. Martin seems to be up with his naughty dreams. He is. Edward Denham, visa to Eastern Europe. I only asked because Boris delivered Brexit yesterday, didn't he? No, it's been delayed, mate. Yeah, it's delayed. And it'll just get delayed again and again and again, I'm sure of it. Where's Ryan Corrie? Is he at the hairdressers? Yeah, that picture of him. No, he's probably watching reruns of Corrie. Atif Pervez, Laval, Granny Smuggler. We should win the league, though. I hope so. Daniel Nurma, I would like to see Koulibaly for 120 odd million. I can't see it, mate. Not at his age. If he was 23, 24, maybe we'd invest that much money on somebody like him, but not at 28. I can't see City going anywhere near it. You know, they balked at Harry Maguire at 85 million, at 80 million, and went, no chance. So they're hardly going to spend 125 million on Koulibaly. Is that Audrey Roberts having a perm? I'm guessing he probably is. He's probably in bed because that's where he seems to spend most of his waking hours. It's lying in his bed lately. But anyway, right, let's have a look. What should we go for first? Should we go for Pep's press conference today. Yeah, let's have a look at what Pep's had to say in today's press conference, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about some of the stuff. But it was the same again. You turn it on and you're waiting for it, and you get a little short clip, and then they bugger off to do the embargo stuff with the journos. But yeah, he was in a really grumpy mood today. Very short with the journos, and I'm sure they'll be getting really angry and writing nasty stuff about Pep if they haven't already. But anyway, on injury news, he said everybody is fit. Yesterday, we trained in 2 hours. I think the guys who are injured are still injured. The guys who are fit, and that was it. Somebody asked him about Angelino, and he just said that was cramp, and he's fine. He was asked about obviously the Granit Xhaka stuff and abuse players receiving. He said we have to respect our supporters. It's not easy for players sometimes. I understand Xhaka, the emotions, the moment. I don't know what's going on inside. Maybe I'm not the right man to say, because sometimes I cannot control my own emotions. It's happened because sometimes you lose control. Hopefully the fans can forgive Xhaka, and the player can show what an incredible player he is. He was also asked about, obviously tomorrow, if you've not been living under a rock, England take on South Africa in the morning for the Webb Ellis Trophy in the final. He was asked about the fact that Eddie Jones and him had met recently and talked about coaching and things like that. And he said, all the best, good luck. It's an honour for England to be in the final. It's an incredible event for England. All the very best. So, yeah, good luck to Tom Curry, who he'll be playing tomorrow. He's had a wonderful tournament, and he was... him and Ben, his twin brother, were in my older lad's class right the way through high school. So good luck to Tom Curry. I know Mr. Curry, who's the headmaster of Bishop Heber High School, where Ben Foden went to. I know him and his family have flown out there for the final tomorrow. So good luck to Tom Curry. He's had a wonderful, wonderful World Cup. So... and I think he's been nominated also in the top 6 players of the tournament, so he's done exceptionally well. On Tommy Doyle, he said, it's important to have a relation with the local players, with our people, our fans who are born here. He said it's happened for the quality of the players. You have to deserve to be there. The problems we have, and we know him from pre-season. He played at a good level, but he's still 17, 18 years old. His position is still in the second team, but it's an incredible opportunity. And obviously, Tommy Doyle, I think it came on the back of a question about Glenn Pardo, obviously ex-City legend, his granddad made an emotional video for Sky Sports. So I think they were talking about that. On youngsters in general, he said, which youngsters are close to playing in the Premier League? That was a question he was asked. And he said, right now, Phil Foden, and then went on to say Eric Garcia is closer because every time he plays it's a high level and he doesn't make mistakes, which is putting the kibosh on him. The other ones, they have to work and work and work. He was asked whether there was pressure to play local players, and he went, pressure? He went, no, and that was it. End of story. Wasn't even going down that whole route with regards to, the journos in the press conference, they were trying to get something out of him, a little bit of a soundbite, but he wasn't going down that route. His answers to the questions were just very short and sharp. I don't know whether he just wanted to get out on the training pitch or whatever, but yeah, he came across as quite pissed off today. Normally he can be a little bit that way, but today he just seemed very short with the journos, and didn't come across like he was really interested in even being there and speaking to them. So let's have a go and look back at what you've got to say. Let me go back. Angelino only got cramp. He did. He's off at the end of the season. I told you. No, he's not. Hi, Andy. Hi, Bernard. Daniel says Pep doesn't like press conference because the stupid questions they're asking. They're asking every time the same questions. It does. Ivor says she's out with the dogs, currently using my second deck because my stylus cartridge gave up on my main system. Can't justify spending this close to Christmas. Will be next year when I can replace it. You're gutted. At least you got another one, mate. Mingy Wong, no, he's not leaving at the end of the season. Probably going 2021. I'll be very surprised if he leaves before the end of his contract. Yeah, Edward says classy response to the Jacker situation. Yeah, it's a strange one. It is. Section says Ivor still gets stylus for a gramophone. Paul Standall looking forward to a trip up to Manchester tomorrow for the game. Hopefully get to say hello. Just need to buy me a ticket. Paul, come and say hello outside the Blue Moon Cafe, mate. I'll be there early as usual. Get an interview with fans and like we normally do. Could he shove Tommy into the team tomorrow whilst he's on a high? I very much doubt it. I've got a feeling tomorrow. I've got a feeling tomorrow Gundogan will come back, which leads me on to nicely. So thank you, Scott, for the intro. Tell you what I'll do now is I'll give you what I think is my lineup for tomorrow. So here you go. Agree with it, hate it, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. If I can find where I've put it. Maybe I haven't put it. Maybe I need to put it in. So just give me a second, and I will bring up. I'll tell you what. I'll bring up my lineup. What I think tomorrow the team is possibly going to be, and I know there's been a lot of City fans. Here we go. So here's my lineup for tomorrow. So I'll just make that a little bit bigger so you can see. But this is my lineup for tomorrow's game. So you can see tomorrow what I've done is I've gone for obviously Ederson back in net there. I've gone for Kyle Walker to retain his place at right back. I thought he had a decent game the other night, a nice assist for Sergio. And he's had a bit of a rest lately, so I'm going to go for Walker to come back in. And I think John Stones will partner Fernandinho at centre-back or Otamendi, one or the other. Wasn't sure. And I think, was Fernandinho, was his ban for the other night? Did he get away with that, or has he got to take tomorrow's game? I can't remember. I haven't looked at it. So, but anyway, if he has to have his ban tomorrow, I didn't think there was any questions about the fact of him being banned for tomorrow. So, if he doesn't have to have a ban tomorrow, and the other night in the Carabao Cup was acceptable for his one-match ban, then I'll go for Fernandinho. If not, shove Otamendi in there. I think Otamendi did all right the other night. I think Ben Mendy might be back into the left-back role. It depends on just whether the cramp has affected Angelino or not, or he might go and give Angelino a full run out. I think Gundogan will be back holding, if I'm honest. I don't think there'll be any risks. I think if he made the comment, he never specifically named Rodri, but he said that those who are injured. So I'm assuming Rodri is still injured and not available. So I'll go for Gundogan back in his holding role in number 6 role. I thought he's done exceptionally well the last 3 games. Kevin De Bruyne will be back, and I think David Silva will be back in there. So he's had a nice rest from last week. Sterling will be back on the left. I think Bernardo is going to try and just keep playing him back into some sort of form, if I'm honest with you. And I think he'll retain Sergio Aguero after his 2 goals the other night. Gabby got loads of game time, so that keeps him happy. So I'm going to go for Sergio Aguero back up front against Southampton, and I think City will go all out tomorrow to try and destroy Southampton as quickly as possible, and then maybe see some of the kids. Maybe Eric Garcia comes back on and things like that, and we might see. Yeah, who knows? We might see sort of Foden get some more game time. So we'll see. What were your thoughts? Let's go back and see. What do you think about the Mikel Oyarzabal rumours? I think it will be happening, says Daniel. Well, I did a video about that, mate, a few days ago, so we spoke about it 3-4 days ago on that. So you need to go over and check out the live vlog that we did back on, I think I did it on Monday, talking about him. Ivor says, Section 20, I have 2 stunning gramophones in my mashed in my man shed, pal. Still play them every now and then. They look class 2. Where's about do you lads sit? Don't know who you're talking to. High Flying Birds versus Liam Gallagher solo projects. Which do you prefer? I like both, mate. You think Foden will start tomorrow, Alex? You reckon? Having both Gallaghers making music is a bonus in my eyes. Liam's new album defo better than Noel's stuff at the moment. I've said pretty much agree. Just think he'll put Jesus. You reckon Jesus instead of Kun? I don't know. I think he's rested. I think he's rested Sergio enough. If I'm being honest with you, that's my opinion. I think he'll go for Sergio tomorrow. If I'm being honest, and the reason being that he played both of them the other night is to give Gabby some game time and get in. Otherwise, if he don't play and Sergio played, he's rightly going to be annoyed. So I think possibly the reason for the Sergio and the Gabby thing the other night was so that he could go back to his usual Sergio up front. But we'll wait and see. It'd probably ruin a few fantasy Premier League teams, certainly mine, if that happens. I think Oasis is easily better than both of those solo groups. Edward says, do you think that same midfield will play midweek? Same midfield, as in the same midfield I'd just chosen, or the midfield that was in the Southampton Cup game? Oasis, Liam, no, all overrated in my opinion. Says Ivor. What I missed, you missed the lineup, Martin. Section, Phyllis. Oasis are okay, not nearly as good as Stone Roses or the Mondays, though. We're getting into the Roses and all the Oasis debate, or the Mondays. I think Oasis is overrated. Jesus will play instead of Aguero, you reckon, Mingy Wong? Martin, Oasis overrated, not a chance. Either even better live, saw them at Main Road at the Etihad. Scott says, jumped there, apologies. Where's that gone? You're back. I've totally lost my place there. Scott Williams was saying something. Let me go back and find where's. There he is. I think Mahrez for Bubblegum, as Bernardo's played the last 2 games. Mahrez wasn't great midweek though. Thought he was so-so. 100% Liverpool. November 10th is the main fixture. It is. Bernard Manshed Ivor. It's a pop-up tent. Oasis best band ever, says Paul Standall. Here's one for you. Do Mendy and Kun look overweight? Kun's arse is growing back. I said it about Mendy on the last post-match stuff that I did. He looks bulky. He does look bulky. I don't know whether he's been doing too much upper body weights or something like that, but he looks a big unit, and maybe match fitness he'll lose that a little bit. As for Sergio's ass, can't say possibly keep an eye on that one either. Bernardine, it's where I live. Edward says, I meant the midfield you selected. I'd rest David Silva for Liverpool. What? What, you'd rest him for the Liverpool game, or you'd rest him until the Liverpool game? David Silva will definitely play in the Liverpool game because he controls the pace of the game. Bloody booking tickets online, can't you simply buy and collect? You can buy, but you still have to go through the website, mate. Depends, sometimes they just only allow prints off tickets. So Section says chip muffin and Hollands pie for tea. Will soon fatten you up. I'm not sure Sergio has a chip muffin, and it's a chip balm, mate, not a muffin. Muffin. Let's not go down the muffin balm debate. It's a balm cake. Hollands pies, that certainly would. Right. Let's see what else we've got to talk about. Pep was actually asked in his press conference. He was asked about the whole issue with fixture congestion, and obviously we've had the whole sort of debate from Jurgen Klopp, and he's come out and he's moaned and gone on and on and on about the fact that they're going to have to play every 3 days or whatever. I mean, big whoopee-doo. That's just the way it is. City have been doing it for the last few years, so he's just going to have to suck it up. But trying to get the Carabao Cup fixtures changed, tough. That's what squads are for. So if you want both, then send a skeleton squad for the Carabao Cup game and send your main players to Qatar for the World Club Championship. So that's just the way it is. So they shouldn't be doing anything. But he was asked about it and said that the too many fixtures. And he said, I completely agree. He said how we pay bigger, but then the question, was to him about should we just increase the size of the squads? And he said, well, how do we pay for bigger squads? He said less fixtures, less competitions, more recovery. We play the 27th or the 29th in the winter time. It's always a debate in UEFA meetings. Always they talk about it. I'm with Jurgen when he makes these kind of statements about too much. And he was talking about prioritising. Do you prioritise your games and your competitions? And he said, yes, I prioritise by not playing Gundogan and Kevin. No Silva in this competition. I think that Jurgen and Arsenal have done the same, except for United, for the situation they have. The others in the competition is good to rotate the team, and for those other players who don't play too often. But yes, it is too much on there with regards to that. So it is, and I think he's just going to have to suck it up, Jurgen Klopp, and stop moaning about it. That's the price of success, I guess. But he wants everything changed just to suit him. So tough shit. On Southampton, also Pep was asked about that. He said, yeah, we take a lot. They play different formations in the game. The last 15 minutes, they press high. The rest of the game, they defend deep. The problems we have in the game, we defend deep. Maybe they change, so I don't know what's going to happen about tomorrow's game, but they generally play a 5-3-2. He says, what have you learned in the Premier League? He said, I've learned a lot. Before, I was not concerned about long balls, defending channels, set pieces. Learn how to handle the regeneration of players because you have lots of games and the physicality is higher than anywhere else. And I learn about my players, how they are and how they adapt. And that was pretty much the end of sort of Pep's press conference, because then it went straight off to the usual embargo. So let's get back and have a look. What else have we got on here? Bloody booking tickets. Yep, done that one. Sergio loves a Holland's pie, says section. Ivy says, Martin, I was on security for the main road gig, pal. I used to work for the venue. Just don't do it for me. Find them boring. Found all the Britpop stuff boring, says Ivor. 100% Liverpool. I like your shows, Andy. Not a big fan of Redmen. But what is your view on the 10th of November? My view, it's the biggest 6-pointer in the Premier League history. Wow, I'm not sure whether it's the biggest 6-pointer in the Premier League history, but it's certainly the biggest 6-pointer for this season, mate, because I think you being, 6 points ahead? I think if you were to beat us, then that's 9 points. And I think going into January, if that point gap stays at 9 or 10, I think that's going to be a bit difficult this season, but it's certainly an absolutely massive game. Mark the Blue says Holland's meat pie, chips, peas, and gravy. Oh yeah, Mr. Klopp, fix your tea, says Edward Denham. Martin, all opinion either, but I do love them rock and roll style live is wow and live forever. Pep is going. Well, why we ain't spending any money. I may even have a bet on see what odds to get Martin. That's disgraceful. You'll definitely be training with the kids with that attitude, mate. John, 14 miles away. Now you are talking bollocks. Who are you talking to, John? Mingy Wong, I don't like those vegan sausage rolls. They're disgusting. Vegan sausage rolls. Has anyone seen Mr. Mervyn Thomas? No, I haven't. Not today. Mingy Wong, absolutely. Martin Mansik, Fan TV, Cast No Shadow. Alexander likes that. Oasis track. John, do you live 14 miles from the Etihad? Philly says, 100% Liverpool, no game in November has ever been the biggest game in Premier League history. A 1-0 win against Sheffield United could be as important in the right context. Absolutely. It's a serious 6-pointer in my eyes. I think it's I think it's definitely a serious 6-pointer, but it's not the biggest. It's certainly not the biggest 6-pointer in Premier League history. Can't agree with that. It's going to be a big game. Ivor says not the biggest game in Prem history, though. No, I agree. Martin, just an opinion. That's all, mate. I would cry if Pep left, but seems not himself. Just got a feeling in my water. That's all, pal. Don't take a leak then and get rid of it. Alexander Savage, Andy, 10.1k, mate. Pull that guitar and play some chitters. No, because I haven't had time. I will do it, I promise you. I just haven't had time. Too busy at the moment with everything else. So, moving on quickly. If it's the biggest game in the Prem history, LFC will bottle it. Ooh, fighting talk coming out there. Next up, what have we got? I know we'll talk about David Silva. So, David Silva has been nominated for the October PFA Bristol Street Motors Premier League Player of the Month Award. The City skipper joins Jack Grealish, Ricardo Herrera, Christian Pulisic, Adama Traore and Jamie Vardy for the public poll. Voting has begun and will run until 8 AM on Monday the 4th of November. So if you want David to win, cast your vote as soon as possible. So yeah, I mean, looking out of those, Grealish has been okay. Pereira's done very well for Leicester. Pulisic has just scored that hat-trick, so I can't give it in for the whole month. David Silva's been exceptional. Adama Traore's done okay. Jamie Vardy, again, okay, just because he got a hat-trick. So for me, the winner, and that's not a City bias, for me, the winner out of those definitely has to be David Silva. I think he's been very, very, very good, without a shadow of a doubt. So, right, let's see what else are we going to talk about. Who do you think? Well, actually, you tell me, out of those names I've just given you, who do you think should get Player of the Month? But because it's a City player, will he get it? Mark the Blue, the biggest game in Liverpool's eyes. Scott Williams, Pep will be off ski if we win the Champions League. If your owner's left, you're on your knees. If I was left, we are safe. That's, mate, that's absolute bollocks. That's the biggest load of garbage I've heard. Because if our owner's left, you have to remember this, we don't have a penny of debt. If our owners left, that would mean they'd need to sell the club. Do you understand how much Manchester City is worth as a club to buy? Wow. I mean, mate, phenomenal. Billions of pounds. So they're hardly going to up and go. The problem being is that the City owners, when people make these comments, City owners don't put money into the club. They don't actually fund transfers. The business funds itself. So it's a bit of a very naive comment to make, mate. Not the best, if I'm being honest. And probably the same as your owners. I mean, let's face it, J.W. Henry, if he was to leave, Liverpool would still be in a decent position. But City are debt-free. Either 50 years of City, if and when Pep goes, see ya, the club goes on, absolutely. It's not a dig. Well, no, it's not a dig. It's just a bit of a daft statement to make. Exactly, either no one is bigger than the club. Nobody is bigger than Man City. Nobody. 100% Liverpool, no, we wouldn't. We are very, very self-sustaining now and also have massive sponsorship deals and City Football Group, so wouldn't be in trouble at all. I didn't say it was a dig. I'm just stating facts. What else we got? If our owners left, we'd get another shake. I'm taking a water pistol to the match tomorrow and not letting them tourists go to sleep next to me ever again. Either that or a piss on them. Ivor, come over and have a chat tomorrow, buddy. According to the stats, City are worth more than Liverpool, and that's been proven as a fact. As far as club worth, they are. Maybe not bigger fan base, but bigger financial wise, absolutely. Either the wine kicking fella, too much Led Zepp kicking in. Right, let's have a look. What else have we got? On to kid we signed, sent out on loan, and then got rid of, and that is Phillipe Sandler. And they're basically City obviously we allowed him to go to Anderlecht with Vincent Kompany on a season-long deal last summer. He's featured regularly for Anderlecht, making 10 appearances in all competitions. However, he's not appeared for Anderlecht since the last international break due to an injury. On the October the 25th, a news outlet reported that there's a hint of a mystery over the City-owned player's latest setback. It was also explained the Dutchman travelled to Spain to consult a specialist, but no additional details were provided. Back then, more concerns were raised when another news outlet explained earlier this week that the defender visited Ramon Cugat, Dr. Cugat, in Barcelona. 2 days ago, Anderlecht coach Frank Vercauteren confirmed Adrian Trebel will undergo a surgery after the midfielder suffered an injury, and now we've got this particular one. And Sandler will also have to be operated on too, the same kind as Trebel. So what a shame for this kid, because by all accounts, he's actually done really, really well since he's been out at Anderlecht, and now another injury, which is going to require surgery, which is going to knock his progress back again. And this was going to be his big season, because obviously he's out there, Vinny's out there, and he was going to get plenty of game time this season. And it looks like, depending on what the surgery is, he's going to be missing another chunk of the season, which is going to just stall his progression, let's say it. So big shame. I always miss you, Ivor. One day we will meet at the game. Where does Ivor sit? City owners in consultation with the council about another huge cash injection into local community. They're not going anywhere any day soon. I think you guys are missing the Sane big time. Well, maybe. Would I rather him be fit and available? Yeah, I would. Are we missing him that much? Maybe. But Sterling's now taken that left wing role, and Jesus, look at what he's done. I mean, my God, he's probably in the top 5 players in world football. Probably up there in the top 2 or 3 in the Premier League. Ivor from the vlog looks like the Invisible Man's tooled up with a big Parker coat, top bloke. Paul says, could anyone actually afford to buy City? He did have to have a lot of money. Section 20 City Group is huge too. Like they'll just shut up and leave. Yeah, just up and leave. No, they won't. One day, mate, says Ivor. Sane will be bye-bye soon enough. Missing Laporte more than Sane. Yeah, totally agree with your section. Spot on with that particular one. So, we mentioned earlier about Angelino. And Angelino, by all accounts, it was cramp. And yes, it's which is good. Good news. So it wasn't another injury. I mean, that was one we were fearful of, and thinking, oh God, not again. But it was cramp midweek, and obviously fearful of the fact with no Zinchenko, who's gone under the knife with his latest injury, and we're still unsure of how fit Benjamin Mendy really is and whether he'd be back. But it looks like it's just cramp, which is brilliant, and obviously clearly no further injuries this week, and so it looks like we're just still without Rodri, Zinchenko, Sane, and Aymeric Laporte. So trying to keep these players fit with, obviously we go midweek. In Wednesday night, we go to Atalanta for the Champions League game. It's really important that, that's why I think Mendy might be back tomorrow. And what we'll do is rotate, or maybe even Cancelo. Maybe Cancelo might play at left back and give Mendy and Angelino a bit more time before the midweek game. So good news at last, rather than every time somebody goes down lately, we're looking at it going, here we go again, another injury. So that's at least a bit of positivity. What else have we got here? Angelino isn't City quality, I'm sorry. He's a very, very talented guy. I'm a big Sane fan, must say. He brings that attacking threat. He's a monster. Miserable, grumpy. Very, very in and out. Leroy Sane doesn't look happy. Never looked happy last season. So I don't think we'll sell him in January, but I think when he's back fit, I'd be surprised if he's here after the summer, if I'm honest. Edward says Angelino's the new Zabaleta. Man City Fan TV. Martin says he's lazy and moody at times as well. And to be honest, 100% Liverpool. Angelino isn't City quality. Zinchenko under Pep's knife. Don't miss Sane's strops. Yeah, me neither. Martin is ruthless, trust me. He's done us. Well, yeah. I mean, on his day, don't get me wrong, on his day, he's a phenomenal player. But like Pep has said on numerous occasions, the guy can be whatever he wants to be. Just hasn't really done it regularly. Guys, I'm moving seats next year, so I should go South Stand level 1 or 2. 221, 222 comfy seats. I can't decide. Getting where we were the other night, Martin. 221. Really, really good view and very nice comfy seats. 100% Liverpool is better than Zinchenko and Cancelo. Martin level 2. It's a scooter parker designed to wear over a helmet. Cheers, pal. Sarah's watched me on the vlog. I still refuse to. He's ruthless when he wants to be 100% Liverpool, but that last season he was not great, honestly. Very moody and lazy. Right, back to the next bit of news. Obviously, Eric Garcia was mentioned in Pep's press conference, and he basically said that he is one that is very, very close to being a complete full part of the Manchester City squad in regards to the fact that he believes Phil Foden is the one player at the moment from the youth academy that is guaranteed games, and he said Eric Garcia is the next. He's very, very close to it. With regards to the others, he says that they're still in the academy, they're still in really the second teams, but they have to keep working hard if they want to get into this particular squad. So we saw Eric Garcia the other night was very, very composed on the ball. He was exceptional, albeit, let's face it, against a pretty crap Southampton team. I think he'll be around again. I think he'll be around the squad tomorrow. He might even play, but I think he'll definitely be on the bench without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, moving through to the last bit of news, and this is on somebody called Yangel Herrera, which we've done videos on before. I did it when we moved on loan last summer. So Yangel Herrera, the Man City, according to a La Liga insider, the Man City midfield dynamo making a big impact at La Liga surprise package Granada, and may replace Fernandinho in the future. I'm not sure about that because we've got Rodri. With 10 rounds, the article says, with 10 rounds of La Liga played, the most unlikely of teams was looking down upon the rest of the table. Granada, back in the top flight after 2-year absence, sat first with 6 wins and the same number of defeats as Barcelona. At the heart of their expectation-defying ascent in the engine room is a player who is an equally unlikely hero. Venezuela isn't known for producing elite-level midfielders, and after a difficult first season in La Liga on loan from Manchester City at relegation fodder Huesca, it would have been easy to overlook Yangel Herrera. When City sent him out to another newly promoted team in the summer, the challenge was to not become the latest in a long line of players accumulated by the big English clubs, then forgotten about elsewhere. Instead, Herrera has risen to the challenge and shone. When he joined Granada, he had the tough task of breaking into a core group that had already bonded through a heroic promotion campaign, then was kept intact in La Liga by coach Diego Martinez. Fitness problems in pre-season made the challenge even greater for the newcomer, yet by match day 3, Herrera had done enough to convince the boss he was worth a start, and he hasn't failed to make an appearance. He hasn't failed to make an appearance since. Not against Barcelona, who helped Granada to take a staggering 2-0 win on September the 21st, nor Real Madrid, where he was part of a heroic fight back from 3 goals down to give Los Blancos a serious fright at the Santiago Bernabeu. It helps that Herrera is used to having to fight to make an impression. As a teenager in his first season abroad, he managed to dethrone one of the great midfielders of the modern era. At New York City FC, his coach was Patrick Vieira, and he took Andrea Pirlo's place in the team, so he must have learned something. Venezuelan football expert and journalist Carlos Ponte told TalkSport, in the MLS, he solidified his position as a very complete central midfielder. That all-round ability has been an asset for Granada this season. A huge part of what makes them so difficult to play against is their tenacity in the middle of the pitch, where an aggressive medium block suffocates the opposition. Then clarity on the ball helps to take advantage of the turnover. Herrera, who has averaged above 80% accuracy in his passing so far, has been the key. And he went on to say, in Venezuela, we've never had a complete footballer like Yangel. Elegant in possession, tall, very physically imposing, good at bringing the ball out and good in the air, the right mentality and a good head on his shoulders. He has a lot of energy and stamina. He's great at providing cover and a true team player. He's good at bringing the ball out with a certain degree of elegancy. He's not Sergio Busquets or Rodri, but does that job quite well. He's very reliable and rarely commits mistakes that leave the team in a bad position. And he's aggressive, plays in your face without any nastiness, though does get a lot of bookings. So there were already flashes of him, and it seems like he's having, you know, a really, really good season in La Liga. Obviously, we bought him back in 2017. I think it was January 2017. So coming up to nearly 3 years ago. And we got him from Atletico Venezuela, where he played 32 times, scoring 3 goals. And then he came to City, and pretty much immediately he went straight out on loan to New York City, where he played 38 times, scoring once. He then went on loan to Huesca and spent 6 months there in the 2018-19 season, where he played 16 times, and is currently on loan at Granada for this particular season. So there's, excuse me, there's some good news about, you know what it's like when they send some of these players get sent away on loan. It's like, you know, how much game time are they going to play, and what's it going to be like, and do they really, you know, will they get that game time that they actually need? Well, it seems that here's one who was pretty much, certainly, we've done videos on him before, but he's one that's his performances, unless you follow La Liga religiously, it's gone under the radar, and it seems like he's really, really pulling up trees in La Liga. So good luck to him. I hope he continues that progress for the rest of the season. So finally, let's go back before I say goodbye. I've been listening to the Jam going underground tonight. Ivor Sane could not handle watching Raz ripping up the pitch in his position. The hard fact is, we're scoring more goals now than we were when he was playing. I did look happy the other night, didn't I, Andy? Yeah, you did. Garcia could do with bulking up a bit. Yeah, and I think that'll come with age. Jam are a proper group in my top 20 bands. Jam are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Sane is our Mane. Disagree. Sane doesn't seem bothered when he's playing, but he's a good player on his day. A good player. He's quality. Don't think you've watched a great deal of him. 100% Liverpool, if I'm honest. How did I guess Ivor perhaps takes a chance on the Stranglers being in there? Mane's a better team player than Sane. If there's no Joy Division, I'll be hugely disappointed. Yeah, I like the Stranglers, but not near my top 50 bands. Maybe he is, but Leroy's speed is amazing. Always shows up on the big stage. Not always, but it's not always the big stage you need him on. It's week in, week out. Paul Standall, do you think we end up with too many of these players who then struggle to get rid of? Yeah, I mean, quite possibly. That's why it's good that at least some of them, the feedback, you know, we only have to go back and look at, you know, so many players over the last 2 years have gone out on loan and not really done much, except for we brought Angelino back. So it's good to hear somebody is actually doing a really good job, and must be doing a really good job in La Liga with the way Granada have been playing. Let's get Ivor's top 20 top pot pickers. He loves some Cliff Richard. Mane is doing it every season. Sane is a mad ass. I would swap some Mane for Sane all day. That's a tongue twister. No chance I would swap Mane for Sane. Says Mingy Wong. Glandgao 456. Blue Moon, you saw me stand alone without dreaming of my heart, without a love of my own. Absolutely. Scott Williams, don't mention that section. Once had to sit through a night of Cliff live with my partner's nan. At least I felt young. 1% Liverpool, Sane and a serious ACL op. Not sure he'll ever be that fast again. 100% Mane is wonderful. I'm not saying that Sane is better, but you guys must admit Sane is a loss. And if you let him, I think you'll regret it. I don't think we will, mate. Cliff wrote a couple of really cool rockabilly songs in the early 60s. Everything else since has been bobbins. I'll tell you, want to give us Sane then? Well, give us Mane and we'll do a straight swap. Mate, have a great time at the match. Gutted I'm missing it, guys, but great news. Got my Newcastle away tickets. Get in. For how many games Fern are going to be suspended? Just one game, mate, and he should be back tomorrow. Anyway, listen, I'll let you get back to listening to your music. I'm going off to make dinner. So, guys, listen, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for coming on, giving us your comments. If you've missed this video, you'll be able to, or caught the end of it, you'll be able to watch it back. It'll be on our channel in about sort of 20 minutes, 30 minutes time. I'll be at the game tomorrow. Sadly, Martin's not there, but I'll be around, and come and have a chat with me. And yeah, if you want to come on camera, if you don't want to come on camera, just come over and just say hello. And yeah, we'll be there tomorrow as usual, putting out all the fan cams and things like that. So anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Have a wonderful Friday night. Have a brilliant weekend if you're not going to the match. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow as usual, over at the Etihad Stadium, where hopefully City will get a massive win against amazing vlog. Thank you, Martin. Amazing win against Southampton. And thanks, Andy, and bye. Enjoy the game. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Take care, and good chat. Good luck. See you November the 10th, 100% Liverpool. Yeah, it's going to be a big game. But take care. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Press that bell icon. That way you're notified every day when videos come out. And don't forget, go over and check out not only the Premier League predictions video, but there's also a FIFA Knows video that Kiam put out, giving you a score. Won't tell you what the score is unless, in case you've not watched the video. And also there's another FIFA series career mode, load of games on that one. So go over and go give that a watch. And take care. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you tomorrow.